Singapore as our guest host for the remainder of the show. Stu, it's good to see you again.
Nice to see you again, Lisa.
We were just chatting about how the dollar seems to have turned around in the past half an hour or so, and it's getting a bit of traction in Asian trade, sending oil prices down. What's your take? You were saying you think this is short-lived.
Yeah, I do. I think it's a short-term correction, should we say, bit of profit-taking from maybe last week. People looking at what happened with the Bank of America scenario that came out on Friday, and just basically correcting themselves and going to a safe haven sort of thing temporarily. But as I say, I think that's a temporary move. If you look at what everything else is doing in the bigger picture of things over the next year to 18 months, I can't see the dollar going stronger. If anything, I see the dollar weakening.
It's interesting, though, you think the euro is also overvalued.
Well, the euro is overvalued purely and simply because if you look at the mess that Europe's in, it's probably not even as far down the track of correcting itself as, say, what the American organisations have been in restructuring and sorting everything out. So the euro has got stronger on a dollar weakness rather than fundamental things of strong economies. So if you take that into consideration over a period of time, we're going to be seeing, I think, both the euro and the dollar coming on the downside, and people looking at other currencies and outside of currencies.
So where do they go? If not the dollar, if not the euro, where is there?
Well, obviously, I think you can look at, if you're going to look at a currency play, you might be looking at Aussie dollar because of the commodity side of things there, which would then push things up.
Such a run-up, though, Stu. It's scary going in at these levels.
And that's true. But then also outside of currencies, I think this is where the gold's going to come into play a lot further than people. I mean, we've been talking about gold for a long, long time, but I think if you look at what's going to happen in the markets, gold is certainly going to still have a bit of upward potential.
How much upward potential?
Well, this time last year when I spoke to Amanda, it was at 750. It's now basically 1,050. I don't think you're going to see a 30% correction this year up, but I still think you're going to see double-digit returns on it again for something that's going to be fairly safe. And if currencies are depreciating in the way they are, then gold will be a good bet to go into because it will be the tangible asset of someone holding on to a touchy-feely side of things.
What's the best way to do it? Do I buy gold leaves, or do you put it in an ETF, or how?
I think physical gold. I don't think you should be looking at gold mining stocks as such. I think physical gold is the way to go. So coins and buying a percentage of a gold bar. There's funds out there that do that, as you say, ETFs, and there's also a couple of other funds that
Alrighty. Okay, we'll get back to Stuart in just a couple of minutes. Stuart Shrimpton of Intelligent Investments is our guest host for the next hour. And don't forget,